Hey, Dabo Chapel. We're a few weeks in now to just the ACC availability reports. What's been your overall take on how that's gone? And do you feel like coaches are following the rules for the most part? Just your thoughts on how that's gone in this first season of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it's been a problem on our end. It's been pretty straightforward for us. And, I mean, I haven't really – there's really not been anything like with the opponent. Maybe there's something somewhere else, but the opponents that we've played, it's been, I think, very straightforward. Nothing funky or anything like that I've noticed.
And just let's make your evaluation of TJ Moore this sophomore season, where he's gotten better, where he still needs to improve.
Oh man! In fact, I was just talking to him today. I mean, he's just learned how to practice. I'm really proud of TJ. He was one of those guys last year, just really talented, but he's just game kind of comes easy to him, but just not very detailed early in his last year as a freshman, and just not great practice habits. But that's our job, is to coach that and teach that and develop that, and then the player has to buy into that. And I'm just really proud of him because I mean he's just got a completely different mindset. And even in the early part of camp and in the first part of the season, I mean, you're still kind of, working toward what we want him to be. But man, you come out and watch him practice, and but it translates to the field, and that's what you've seen with him. I mean, he's just practicing with the right mindset and the right habits that lead to the production on game day. I'm really proud of him. I mean, his blocking, his play without the ball. I mean, he did a lot of good things in the game the other day. Everybody notices the big, long touchdown, but, man, he's in there in a tight set, and he's blocking and covering guys up and playing very physical and doing things without the ball. And that's what you want to see.
Dabo, this is Grayson. You mentioned TJ's blocking. Just overall from that receiver room, just how have you kind of seen the blocking as a whole as that complete product?
Outstanding. I mean, they've just gotten better and better and better all throughout the season, and just – did a great job last week on the perimeter and some of our bunch sets as well. They've played with a ton of effort. I mean, they've really been a bright spot. They've had a good season for us all across the board, and Grish has done an awesome job. And we've had some guys up, some guys down as far as where they are injury wise or whatever. But that group has done a nice job.
Dabo, this is Larry. Gideon had a good all-around game, but I'm just curious, his power running through contact. It seems like he can really push the pile, so to speak, and that element. Just maybe your thoughts on that.
Yeah, that's why we recruited him. I mean, he's a great talent, and we just same thing. CJ's done a good job with him and really developing him holistically to be a complete player. He's playing with a lot of confidence, and he's gotten, again, sometimes you don't see things on game day, but you're seeing it in practice. And so it was great. It was great to see him kind of, again, have a game where we could really put it all together and kind of a coming out party for him in totality. So just proud of him. Again, that's why we went and recruited him. We think he's a complete player. Y'all have heard me say that many times about him, and there's really nothing he can't do at the position. He's got excellent ball skills. He's learning how to be a good route runner. He's tough. He's explosive through the smoke, and great vision as well. Good player.
He had a couple of blitz pickups on some completed passes. Antonio's deep ball. How far has he come there?
Oh, light years from where he was in the spring, and even fall camp. I mean, he's really developed very well, and again, that's been a process, all throughout the season, and that obviously was a big part of, he wasn't asked to do a whole lot of pass protection in high school, and I wouldn't ask him to either, but he's got to be able to do that, and so just his understanding of the defense and what the calls are up front and how it's all tied together. He's very smart. He's come a long way, and we were really proud of him the other night.
Dabo, with the newish clock rules sort of shortening games and is limiting possessions in a lot of cases. How much, when you aren't creating turnovers and when you're committing turnovers yourself, how much more glaring can it be, I guess, just when you don't have as many opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough way to win. I mean, I think winning the turnover margin that's a huge part of our plan to win. I mean, the number one thing is effort, and our guys are playing hard. The second thing is, the turnover margin and then big play margin. I mean, that's the critical first parts of our plan to win before you get into the other aspects of it. Just puts a lot of pressure on people when you take the ball away. Now, at a minimum, you've got to be even. Like the other night, we didn't get any takeaways, but we took care of the ball, and so you've got to. That gives yourself a chance. But it just, every possession, every play is critical. But if you're not going to turn them over, you got to get the stops. We were 3 of 14 on third down in our last ball game, but we didn't get the critical stops on fourth down. So it's kind of a weird deal there. So you gotta win those critical plays, and especially if people are going to go for it down in the plus territory. That's just like a turnover. So gotta stop them. If you're not going to take it away, you gotta stop them at a high rate.
Hey Dabo, this is Grayson again. Today at Wednesday's press conferences, a lot of players shared stories just about their admiration for Blake Miller making his 50th consecutive start this weekend against Florida State. Just for you personally, what does that mean for someone at the offensive line, a position that gets beat up plenty, to be able to have that kind of consistency out there on the field?
Well, there's a reason why it's never been done by non-specialists. There's a reason. I mean, it's unheard of. It's almost impossible. First of all, to be good enough to play as a freshman the way he did, but then just to be available so much. I mean, he's an amazing football player. He is one of the most committed guys we've ever had come through here. He's going to be an outstanding pro. He ain't going to wait long to hear his name drafted, to hear his name called on draft day. I love Blake Miller, man. I mean, he's the epitome of what you want a Clemson Tiger to be. He loves this program, and he's just given it all. He's won a couple championships here, but you find out a lot about people when there's some adversity and things don't go your way. Man, you'd never know if we were undefeated or where we are watching Blake Miller and how he shows up every day, how he comes to meetings, how he practices. He's in there on Sundays getting lifts when he doesn't have to. I mean, that's who he is, all the time, not just some of the time. All in, as we say, is a lifestyle for that kid, and just really happy for him. Really cool accomplishment that, may not get broken. I mean, that's one of those that could stay there for a long, long time.
Anybody else for Coach?
Dabo, I thought there's been a few times this season where you've put Shefflin on the field and the defense has called a timeout against Tech and maybe another game. Is that just one of the impact of having him on the field, just as a potential weapon, maybe not as a guy getting 10 targets a game, but just someone who can go out there and confuse or make folks notice?
Yeah, and I mean, again, Chef's one of those guys too. Same thing that I said earlier. Like sometimes you don't see stuff, but Chef's he's doing exactly what he needed to do. You haven't seen a ton on game day, but like if you could watch all of our practice tape and you watch the drill tape and some of the scrimmage tape and some of these things, he's really developing and he's really building the foundation that he needs. Scouts have been impressed by what they're seeing with him. I've been really proud of him. But obviously we've got some very seasoned players at that position that are playing at an incredibly high level. So he hasn't had as much opportunity game day. Hopefully he'll have a little bit more. But he's building a nice little tape and a little resume to where he'll be able to have stuff on film. And plus scouts are here every day watching us practice. So he's made a ton of progress.
Yeah, I know you've gone over last week's busts ad nauseum, but I'm just curious, the throw to the tight end on their last possession from inside their 10. Are your linebackers supposed to try to redirect, like make some contact and make sort of impede the tight end as he's going down the seam there?
Well, I mean, that was just the easiest call we got. That's day one. That's just Tampa 2. Your backers just run to the middle on drop back. You get to the middle. It's a zone coverage, and you carry the middle. So that should have been a really easy play. We just didn't get it done. And again, it wasn't a play action or anything. We just didn't get our assignment done.
So Sammy was supposed to carry it?
I ain't going to call anybody's names. I'm just saying the backers didn't get it done right there. But they know that.